Mirror, mirror, fogged and loud, what truth today makes the future proud? All right, Wampus Cubs. So yesterday I posted the clip from the city council meeting. I had 3 minutes to speak, and I called out the corrupt police department. I called out the corrupt AVL 5x5 city plan, and the truth is absolutely nothing happened, in the sense of, no one asked me questions. I didn't get any emails. I didn't get any Facebook messages. No response from the mayor, who knows me and has been on my podcast, um, and another council member who knows me from another organization. So, in some ways, we've been howling for 9 months, and we've been calling out the patriarchy. We've been building the Wampus Verse and the Rematriation Rebellion, been writing. They've always called us crazy. Creating the RU initiative, Rematriated Economies and Workplaces, creating the city plan for abundance. So lots of creating, lots of howling, lots of calling out the patriarchy, and lots of building for sure. We built a ton. But now it's about building with others, building within the community, building the community itself. A lot of lighthousing, a lot of howling has been going on, but now it's about, and the how do we do this, how do we implement this? I attended an amazing free workshop today about soul alignment with your content, and it was just such this beautiful reminder that the whole reason we do this is to midwife the rematriation rebellion. Now, we're workshopping that word midwife because obviously indigenous people have been trying to rematriate the land, reclaim the land, but the rematriation rebellion takes that and applies it to everything. Everything can be rematriated: our hearts, our minds, our souls, our homes, our communities. So, you know, workshopping that and thinking through that is absolutely important. So, you're going to see, of course, there's always going to be howls at the patriarchy. We're always going to call them out. We're always going to roast them. Pickle Sour's favorite thing to do is roast the patriarchy, but we're going to be really focused on building now, really focused on connections, really focused on teaching, guiding, workshops, learning. So, yeah, that's the truth. It does feel there's something really pivotal, right? And, you know, after I got home from the city council speech, which I got to be honest, I felt like I completely rocked it. I said everything I wanted to say. I stayed on speech. I, had like one little stumble. Very, very, very proud of that speech and that truth. And it just proves that the system is working exactly as designed. They do backroom deals, they ignore the public, they don't care if a, member of their community has been treated wrong. They don't care what happened to me on the inside, regardless of what they think happened during the arrest or if I deserved it or whatever. They don't want to hear about the human rights violations happening on the inside. So, as the system does, as the patriarchy does, it just ignores and hopes you shut up, hopes you get quiet. And there's definitely a shift in my mindset and my heart, because when I got home, my camper was repossessed. And you can call that coincidence, you can call that, you know, divine timing, you can call that the speech triggered the algorithm, the matrix, the patriarchy, whatever you want to say, but that incredible, high of nailing exactly what I wanted to say in the belly of the beast, in the place of power. And then to come home and the power shows up and says, "Ha, you think that you can defeat us? You think that you can speak truth to power like that? Well, we're going to repossess your camper." And some people will hear that and just be like, "Well, that's your fault. You haven't made enough money. You haven't figured out how to scheme the patriarchy. You haven't figured out how to navigate it." And you're right, because I don't want to figure out how to scheme the patriarchy or work with inside of their walls and their system. Their system is evil and extractive and takes. And you think about, they're going to take a camper, a used camper that they're not going to be able to make the same money. They're not going to be able to, sell for new. They'd rather take it from someone who loves it and is just falling behind hard times for a little bit as we're building and launching. And, they'd rather extract than come up with some alternative, or really even give me a heads up. I had no idea. I haven't been getting phone calls or paperwork that I would expect. So really an interesting reality. Go speak truth to power, come home, camper is repossessed. So we're running on fumes, but we keep building, we keep going. We don't let this keep us down. I'm fighting for my camper in several ways, and I ask all of you, fuel the rebellion, keep us going. The camper was part of the future of the Rematriation Rebellion, and going on a 25 plus city tour and spreading the Rematriation Rebellion at in person events and talking to rematriation leaders, indigenous leaders, grassroots, and, outdoor and adventure leaders. All of it is part of the plan. And now a big piece of that plan is gone. So, need your support, need you to share, need you to help, and go to the mercantile, buy a Picklesaurus t-shirt. There's tons of 999 resources you can buy. We're going to be launching some incredible small groups and incredible things on Monday, 2 2, because you know that 2 plus 2 equals 4, 2 times 2 equals 4, and abundance squared equals 4 when you do the numerology with the alphabet there. So, I cried yesterday. I was on the huge high and then crashed down hard and cried. And today it's just, okay, let's get creative. So keep building. Don't get sucked into only howling. I've been doing a lot of howling, and yesterday was the example of howling right to their faces in person on the live YouTube, right there. And no support, no help, no outreach, no sympathy, no questions, no anything. So just goes to show that this work is super important. Erasure justice, rematriation. It's needed, it's necessary, and the system proved it yesterday. So keep my camper in your thoughts. Annie Waya, it means Wolf Den. And we hope we can get her home. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. And Stay safe out there, Wampus Cats. Do not let the patriarchy take all of your time, your thought, your energy. I've been guilty lately of letting it have too much time. So it's back to refocusing on our community, what we're building, the 9-year cycle. 9 years from now, you better believe I want that camper, a camper. I want to not be in this position ever again, to not be painted into a corner by the patriarchy and these crumbling systems and this extractive model and this extractive economy. So keep howling, keep building, keep believing. We'll see you tomorrow.